Sure.
At the turkey. Now, how do you work the flame?
Okay, now, that's a good question. What I have here is, this is a safety feature and a regulator on here, and this helps regulate your temperatures. If you look over here, I've got this red button, there's knob. This actually controls how much gas is going in here to the flame, or being used. This just keeps it shut on and off. And most of them are now that way. Any of these turkey rigs that you get, or crawfish pots, etc., any of these burners, they're going to have this regulator on them. What this does is it really is easier to regulate the temperature and then the amount of gas being flown in there. And then you have this damper here, and it goes right into the burner.
So now with the damper,
now the damper doesn't really get messed with. That's just it's got two small air. You got to have a little bit of oxygen to create fire. Okay.
So if you open it more,
boy, that's not this. I've never really messed with this much.
You want Belgian beer or what?
You don't really want to mess with that. It stays open.
Okay, I'll be right there.
This right here is what controls how much gas is getting in and out.
The more gas, the more heat.
Yeah,
sorry.
The more gas, the higher the flame, the more heat. Exactly.
What's the maximum you can go with one of these things? These things get pretty hot, right?
Yeah.
Can this get up to 500 degrees for oil?
Oh, absolutely.
But that would be way out of absurd for anything like this.
You wouldn't need anything. I mean,
okay.
You want 350 to 360, as your ideal frying temperature.
So wait.
Peanut oil and okay, go ahead, Charlie.
So if you raise the temperature by 50%, it doesn't cook it 50% faster. It just burns the hell out of it.
It just burn the outside.
Okay.
I mean, you want to be careful. You don't
We've all tried this with the turkey, right? The 500-degree oven on the turkey. Okay.
Now, do not be alarmed. The outside will get darker than if you roast it. Okay, because you have the marinade, you have these spices on there, and the fact that it's being deep fried. However, it's going to really make for an awesome, flavor and whatnot in the turkey. I'm also using peanut oil. Peanut oil has one of the highest flash points or smoking points out of all the oils that is made. I think grapeseed is probably a little bit higher, but you don't want to fry with grapeseed oil. It costs you about 5 times as much as peanut oil. And actually, most Oriental and Asian restaurants use peanut oil to do their wok cooking and stuff, which is very high heat. So it won't catch fire pretty easy.
What about olive oil? Just curious.
No.
We'll smoke and burn.
Wouldn't use olive oil for this.
But you did have canola on the sheet. What about that? Canola oil?
Same difference? Oh.
Yeah, canola oil will burn quicker.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then we want to stick with.
Yeah, peanut oil is really your main effect here.
It makes this much.
Peanut oil?
Flavor makes a lot, but
it's all right for you unless you're allergic to it.
You could do.
Seriously, I mean, peanut oil. Oil is going to be oil. There's really only 2 really good oils for you, and that's olive oil and grapeseed oil. All the other oils have, your trans fats, your monounsaturated fats, etc. So,
but if you drink beer or red wine,
drink a couple glasses of red wine, like Charlie says, it'll kind of help fight that.
I'm very healthy. I drink every day. Okay.
But
exactly.
The thing with peanut oil,
they actually know me.
For this application especially, you want to use something that's got a very high smoking point. If you don't, you're going to end up having really a burnt taste and just nasty tasting from the oil. Because whatever flavor the oil is going to impart too, to a degree. So if you've used this, and that's the thing we were talking about earlier too, if you use the same oil over and over again, which you could probably do, use it a couple times for the same thing. I wouldn't recommend you use the same oil and go fry a vat of fish in it, and then try to fry a turkey come Christmas time, and use the same oil because it's gonna that flavors will stay in there. I pretty much just use the oil once and dump it and just use fresh oil.
Do you just dump it into nature and let the deer and squirrels take care of it, or is there like a better way to do it? Dig a hole back. Okay, well,
I live up in the country, so I can do that.
Okay, I put it in a garbage bag, but
yeah.
Okay.
When you've mentioned a couple of times that 350 is the ideal temperature. Is that for turkey only, or is that?
Well, generally, for most deep frying, anywhere from 350 to 380 in that range is your ideal deep frying temperatures. You don't want to go too much higher than that because it'll burn. Too much lower than that, because you're putting cold product in, it's going to lower the temperature even more. It just takes longer, and it actually will absorb the grease and get soggy. Especially for a breaded type item, this won't be so bad.
I don't know if it's a dumb question, but you say the temperature here is over 400.
Right.
It's going to drop 20, so you're going to still be over 380.
So let's see where this one's at.
You want to start at you want to aim for 370 and then...
Yeah, you want to aim for 370, 380 degrees, somewhere in that realm, and then it'll come down. But it's also going to depend, on how much oil is in there and how long this has been on. We got this fired up pretty early just to make sure that we would have the oil ready to go.
You do want to mention that the temperature outside does have an effect. and so it just warmed up. So that's why the oil's hot. It was colder when you started.
It was pretty, and the wind was blowing. It was very chilly when I got here. You know, even at 10, and it's now been 2.5 hours.
Unless it's my drinking, did it warm up a little bit? But it could be.
No, it's warmer out than it was.
Could be that, you know.
It's lit this at 10 o'clock.
About 10:30 I did it, so it's been 2 hours.
Okay.
It's already been on. Doesn't take that long to get up the temperature. You're looking about an hour and a half, tops. Now, what we're going to do is this
about 2 beers.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is on a stand. Now, a lot of them also have baskets that you can put the turkey in, and then I prefer this because it won't stick to the sides, whereas the baskets you're going to have to basically take the turkey up and move the turkey physically in and around so it doesn't stick in any one part. So we're going to go ahead and...
Where did you get that stand?
They come with.
Yeah, it comes as a whole kit.
You get buy your kit though?
I got this at Walmart.
Okay.
Nowadays, Price, Costco, all the big guys have them.
Everybody has them now. I mean,
Did they tell you how much oil you need to put in there?
Actually, yes. That's a good question.
You should mention
this
that,
right here. This has on mine here, and most of them nowadays have a range.
Okay.
So obviously, the larger the turkey, the less oil.
It's on the pan.
So there's a line on the side of the pan.
Yeah.
So now they tell you.
Actually, in here, he says that you set it up before you even marinate the turkey. You put the turkey in the pan with water and go 2 inches over the top of the turkey. Take the turkey back out, measure how much water you used, and use that same amount.
Did you hear that? That's the way you're supposed to do it.
Yeah.
You don't do it like that. Do you hear that? Like, you hear that? That's the proper way, so you don't go spilling.
How many?
So you put the water in 2 inches over the turkey, take the turkey out, see what level it is, and you put that amount of oil. You pour the water up, put that amount of oil in.
Right. But most of them
That would be
nowadays
the
have
scientific way.
a spot where you can gauge
You're
by.
gonna do that
So
the
the-
day before because you're gonna marinate the turkey overnight.
Yeah.
Well, that's an interesting point. Yeah. Good point. Yeah.
Put the turkey in.
But see, you don't have to anymore because now it tells you. It says right here. It says 12-pound turkey. Right, 12-pound turkey.
Yeah, this says 10. This says
You don't need
16 to
to.
18 pounds. Obviously, the bigger the turkey, the less oil you use for the displacement purpose.
So you don't need to do
Okay, 10 to 15 pounds. So, so you have a little bit of a play here, but you get a bigger bird than that, you probably are going to fit it in the fryer. But so that's you follow your guidelines. Be real careful. Like I said, I even overfilled it a little bit. Remember too, as you put the oil will expand as it heats up. Even peanut oil, even if it's a liquid oil, it's still going to expand with it. That's a good point. So be real careful.
it. Anybody want to put their hand in there and see if it's hot or not?
Yeah, anybody want to make sure it's hot?
They put some apples in there, Bob.
Yeah. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to go
Uh-oh,
ahead.
some serious beer drinkers here. Let's get to the serious stuff here. Okay, everyone, I'm actually going to stand
You
back.
might want to stand back. So
I'm fine. I move very fast. I can jump really fast.
Liquid in the marinade. You gotta really be careful.
I can play this back for you all.
And what I'm doing is just very slowly letting it, the temperature, basically I'm tempering the turkey and the oil together so that it doesn't dissolve.
Is the hook getting hot?
Woo! There should be a sign, men at work here, you know what I mean?
What are we talking about in terms of cooking?
3 to 5 minutes per pound. So that's really going to be depending on.
Oh, okay. Well, I got everything. Yeah, no. I'm not worried.
He's got insurance on stuff.
Hey, I've been burnt before.
So you really just don't want to drop this bad boy in there. You just kind of want to really. It's a little bit of a process, though. Just be patient.
We should do a hands-on class. Give everyone one of these things, you know? Actually, I'm gonna get back and sound cool.
Not to this. It'll go to the actual stand inside. Right.
You can smell it cooking. You can smell like the what's it called, Susan? The vinegar or the balsamic. Okay, Ryan, you can move up now. You're okay.
Yeah, because you see how the oil's flowing over. It's going to cook. Okay, you're down to you're down already in temperature to 370 degrees, okay? That brought that down over 30 degrees just by placing that cold, wet turkey in the oil. We lost probably about 30 to 40 degrees, somewhere in that range, in temperature. Yeah, it was actually over 400. That's about 12 pounds.
So for 12, what if we were doing like a 10 or an 8 pound turkey? What do you think the temperature would be better?
The same temperature. Just gonna
400?
take, yeah. Just gonna, I mean, well, like I said, try to get it up. You want it on 380, somewhere around there to start with. Mine got a little bit hotter because we were waiting.
Oh,
you
I
know.
see.
So obviously, the longer the flames on, the hotter it's going to continue to go up.
What if you set it too low, you drop the turkey and it goes below 350?
You can just adjust your regulator and add a little bit more fire to it, and bring the temperature back